It was in one of the highest grossing indie films ever made, In the Company of Men.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Aaron Eckhart, ladies and gentlemen, talking about Towelhead. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
Now, we know that only like 20 seconds ago you were sitting down getting mic'd up. Where have you been? What have you been doing? Long line at Starbucks?
Let's see. I just did The View.
Oh, wow.
How did that go?
That would explain the shell-shocked deer in the headlight look we're getting now.
We'll give you a moment to recover. A bunch of the reviews I read about this use the same line at the end. They say, and kind of as a question about the title, they say it's uncomfortable to watch, but you can't turn away. Even the title makes people uncomfortable. Can you explain it?
Yeah, it's it's the journey, a 13-year-old girl's journey through adolescence. She has to deal with, she's an Arab American, she lives in Texas. She's split between an American mother who is not necessarily the greatest mother and a fundamentalist father, and so she's lives in these different worlds. I play her next-door neighbor, and she babysits my son, and I end up having an affair with her. And so she's dealing with a lot of issues in this movie, and a lot of issues I think that girls are dealing with today.
You know, in fact, the working title I read was actually called Nothing is Private. Towelhead is certainly something that's going to grab a lot more people's attention. Why'd they change it?
Well, it's based on a book named Towelhead, and so they wanted to be true to the book. And it's an uncomfortable movie, and I think it deserves an uncomfortable title as well.
I think if you walk away with greater perspective and greater understanding of what someone else might be going through in this world we live in, I think that's a great thing. What did you gain from it? Having read the script and having gone through the making of the movie, what did you walk away with?
Well, I tell you, I worked with great people. Summer Bashil, who plays our protagonist in the movie, is wonderful. Alan Ball, who did 6 Feet Under, is wonderful. You know, it's difficult to play scenes where you have to have a relationship with a 13-year-old girl, so it was very difficult to film it for me, but I walked away with a greater appreciation for what young women have to go through in terms of trying to digest and assimilate into culture and to you know, the modern images and all these images of Playboy and the sexuality that's going on in the world today. You know, I imagine it's difficult to really get to know who you are as a young person. The
people to my right, Chris and Marianne, now they're hooked by anything indie. They're always looking to that. The big problem with them is trying to get them to go see something mainstream. Can I try? I've been trying forever to get them to go see Dark Knight. Can we talk about that for just a moment?
Yeah, well, The Dark Knight actually, interestingly enough, although it's made huge ground at the box office, is really, in my opinion, an independent film. It's made by Chris Nolan, who comes from independent film. You know, Christian Bale's done a lot of independence. Heath Ledger's amazing in the movie. I mean, really, we made the movie with the spirit of an independent movie. It just happened to be a $200 million independent film.
Your character looks like he got a little too close to the curling iron or something. I'm not really sure what happens since I haven't seen it.
You can pull it up on Marianne's computer.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a little run-in with the flat iron.
I don't think Christopher Nolan lit you
Why
well.
haven't you seen The Dark Knight?
Because I rarely...
What's keeping you from seeing it?
I just, what did I just see recently that came out? Atonement. I just saw that for the first time. I get behind. I just get behind.
Marianne and I are afraid of going to movie houses that have more than one screen, so it scares us.
I have a fear of multiplexes.
Well, I think you'll enjoy Towelhead. It's a very challenging film. I think it's wonderfully acted by, you know, Toni Collette's in it, Maria Bello. So it's got something for everybody, and it's uncomfortable, but it challenges the audience, and I think that's what audiences are looking for in independent movies.
Well, you're fantastic.
Nice work
actor.
in both.
We're looking forward to seeing it.
3
Thanks.
if you count Two-Face.
Thanks very much, Aaron. Aaron Eckhart.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
He's been in some great stuff, you know, and we've, you know, the first time I really came to see him was when he starred in Thank You for Smoking.
Right.
But he was in stuff that goes way back. He was in Erin Brockovich. He was